Hello, today I'd like to ask you, how do you smell? And I don't mean the, hey, you stink, go have a shower kind of thing that most parents know about. I mean olfaction, how our sense of smell actually works. I'm Tracy from Nature's Heart. I'm a registered aromatherapist and essential oil therapist, and I help women find their path to healing and personal growth through aromatherapy, earth medicine, and art. So our sense of smell, I've heard it described as an ancient primal sense that connects us as humanity. For example, when we smell a frankincense, we are transported to Africa and we can experience humanity through that. So our sense of smell is a very ancient sense. So how do we smell? We're still learning a lot about this. An example for me is lavender. So lavender for me has a lot of memories attached to it, and because our sense of smell is a very ancient sense, it is connected to the limbic system of our brain, which is also the center for memories and emotions. So we've often, I think all of us could think of a scent that we connect to a memory, maybe baking bread, maybe oranges, maybe lavender. For me, it's lavender. So lavender for me carries a lot of family memories. It's connected to my grandparents and my mom, and a lot of pretty much all the women in my family I associate with lavender. So this is a very powerful scent for me, and it's a very calming and comforting scent. And it's because it has those memory connections for me, those memory associations. So in terms of the actual physical way that our body senses through smell, it's quite complex. I'm not going to get into all the details, but I want to just give a brief overview. We're still learning a lot about this, as I said. The current thinking is that when we smell something and those scent molecules enter into our nose, they connect with sensory neurons, which are in the olfactory lining of our olfactory system in our nose, in the top of our nose. And at that time, these chemical signals are translated into electrical signals, which go up to our brain. And it goes through a number of processes there. And this data, the scent is identified and compared with known scents. So that's where the memory component comes in. And because of that, the memory associations can stir emotions, and we can get a psychological response and perhaps a physical response. So for me, lavender, the chemicals in lavender are very calming. It's also very comforting for me because of those memory associations that I have, and those are unique to me. So this aromatic data, if you will, is transported to our brain, and the brain translates that into chemicals, which are then sent into our blood. So in the case of lavender, we know that there are chemicals within lavender that do have a calming effect. So those chemicals would enter into our bloodstream and could produce that calming feeling in our body. So scent works in our body in a physical way, through the chemicals as they enter into our bloodstream, and they can cause a decrease in heart rate or an increase in heart rate. They can increase or decrease appetite. They could affect blood pressure. So there are those chemical, physical effects. There are also the psychological or emotional effects. So it works in those two ways, which is pretty exciting. There's also a new thought that perhaps the vibration of the scent molecules comes into effect when we're talking about how when these scent molecules enter into our nose, that it's not only the shape or the chemistry of those molecules, but it's actually the vibrational energy as well. So that's a relatively newer idea, and there's some really exciting talk now about a combination of the shape and the chemistry of the oil and or the scent molecule, and the vibration of it being a key to how we sense. So when we're working with essential oils, of course, we're working with scent. It's called aromatherapy. So we're looking at how these scent molecules can affect our bodies and bring our body into a state of balance. And again, we're looking at holistically, so physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So for those of you, today my invitation, for those of you particularly who work with essential oils at home, I invite you to really get to know your oils. Sit with them and think about not just, this oil people tell me is good for this. Really smell it. And, I don't mean you need to, put it on your body or use a lot of it. You can put some on a little a scent strip, which is a little strip of paper. You can smell it just from the bottle. You know, you don't have to pour it. But when you smell that oil, when you smell that, how does it make you feel? Really think about, where is it in your body? What kind of memories does it bring up? This allows you to really get to know and really understand an oil on a deeper level. And that's a really important part of aromatherapy. So that's my invitation for you today. When you smell a scent, whether it's a fresh or dried flower or an essential oil, really think about, how does it make you feel? Where do you feel it in your body? Really get to know that scent, because it is a very powerful tool. Our sense of smell is a really powerful healing tool. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. If you are interested in knowing more about aromatherapy, of course, you can find me here on Facebook and online at naturesheart.ca. Have a great day.